Think you've already figured out how Aldi keeps prices so low? Not even close. Behind those simple aisles and no-frills displays is a system so efficient, it puts pressure on some of the biggest grocery chains in the country. From the tricks that let cashiers ring up a cart in seconds to the hidden policies that save the company millions every year, Aldi runs on strategies most shoppers never see. Whether you've shopped there once or every week for years, what you're about to learn will make you look at the store in a completely different way. One of the biggest secrets hiding behind Aldi's low prices and tidy shelves is a system most shoppers never hear about, a program employees quietly refer to as the mystery cart. It sounds harmless, almost playful, but inside the company, it's one of the strictest quality control tools in the entire retail industry. It's so effective that many big supermarket chains can't copy it, even though they wish they could. Every month, without warning, Aldi sends undercover auditors to every store in the country. They walk through the aisles like regular shoppers, filling a cart with a completely random mix of items: milk, fruit, bread, canned goods, snacks, cleaning supplies, whatever catches their eye. Employees don't know who these people are or when they'll show up. That unpredictability is exactly what keeps standards consistent. Once the cart is full, the items don't stay in the store. They're shipped straight to Aldi's private testing center, where a team goes through everything piece by piece. Freshness, flavor, packaging, weight accuracy, expiration dates, texture, labeling, nothing is too small to be examined. A slightly bruised apple, a mislabeled price sticker, a dented can, even a smudge on the packaging can trigger an automatic violation. And those violations matter more than most shoppers realize. Every Aldi store is ranked based on quality, and low scores directly affect employee bonuses. Stores with consistently poor results lose out on extra pay, while top performers earn incentives and recognition. That pressure keeps teams sharp without needing constant management on the floor, but it goes even deeper. Aldi also tracks customer complaints nationwide. If the same product gets repeated complaints, the entire batch is flagged and sent back to the supplier for retesting. In rare cases, entire shipments are pulled from stores before customers ever notice anything was wrong. This is why Aldi employees work with a kind of quiet urgency. Even without cameras hovering over them, they act like the store could be inspected at any moment, because it can. And the result is something shoppers often take for granted: consistency. Whether you walk into an Aldi in Texas or New York, the products look the same, taste the same, and meet the same internal standards. Shoppers think Aldi runs on simplicity, but behind the scenes, it's systems like the mystery cart that make that simplicity possible. A lot of people assume Aldi's low prices mean low standards, but the truth is the exact opposite. Aldi isn't cheap because it cuts corners. It's cheap because it cuts everything unnecessary. Every part of the store is engineered to remove waste, reduce labor, and streamline operations in ways most supermarkets can't match. Start with something as simple as carts. Aldi doesn't pay a dedicated team to chase carts around the parking lot. Instead, the quarter deposit system encourages customers to return carts on their own. One small detail: millions saved every year. Then look at bagging. Aldi employees don't bag groceries. Shoppers do. At first it feels unusual, but it eliminates an entire labor function. Less staffing means lower operating costs, and those savings get passed directly to customers. Even the checkout counters are designed with long shelves so you can slide your groceries off quickly and start bagging at your own pace. Aldi also skips the expensive marketing playbook. No flashy ads, no endless sales promotions, no buy one get one deals designed to confuse you. They don't need gimmicks because they put all their money where it matters: product quality and low pricing. Even the shelves tell a story. Most products are left inside the same boxes they arrived in. Instead of spending time unpacking and rearranging, employees just cut the top off the case and slide it into place. Those boxes are specifically designed to ship the product and double as the display, two jobs done with one piece of cardboard. It's simple, fast, and saves thousands of labor hours across all stores. But the biggest advantage is Aldi's limited inventory. While a traditional supermarket stocks around 30,000 items, Aldi carries about 1,400 fewer options, mean they can buy in huge bulk, negotiate better deals with suppliers, move stock faster, and keep everything fresh without complicated warehouse systems. It also means Aldi can tightly control quality because they're dealing with fewer products and fewer manufacturers. Nearly everything you see is a private label item made in the same factories as major name brands, often with nearly identical ingredients. Aldi cuts out the middlemen, skips the marketing, and focuses entirely on delivering quality without the logo markup. It's a system built on efficiency, not shortcuts. By removing everything unnecessary, Aldi keeps the one thing that matters most: everyday prices that stay low without sacrificing quality. If you've ever wondered why Aldi's spices smell strangely familiar, there's a reason, and it's one of the store's best-kept quality secrets. Many of the spice jars sitting on Aldi's shelves come from the exact same factories that produce McCormick, the world's biggest and most recognizable spice brand. Same ingredients, same production lines, same blends, but a completely different price tag. Aldi doesn't brag about this, but it's one of the smartest ways they deliver name-brand flavor without charging name-brand prices. Instead of stocking random off-brand spices, they partner directly with major manufacturers and eliminate the middlemen, the advertising, and the fancy packaging. What you get is essentially McCormick-level quality for a fraction of the cost, sometimes as low as a quarter of what you'd pay at other stores. The best example is their Everything Bagel seasoning. Trader Joe's made it famous, but Aldi quietly sells an almost identical jar with the same salt, garlic, sesame seed blend for the price of a morning coffee. And it doesn't stop there. Everyday staples like paprika, oregano, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning often come from the exact same high-quality sources used for premium brands. Plenty of shoppers have done side-by-side comparisons. Color, aroma, and taste are practically indistinguishable. In blind tests, most people can't tell them apart at all. That's the entire point of Aldi's strategy. Make the brand irrelevant and let the product speak for itself. For shoppers who want real quality without the inflated price, this is one of the clearest examples of how Aldi beats bigger chains at their own game. Aldi has a reputation for being the cheapest store in town, and for food. That's usually true. But there's one category where a lot of shoppers quietly lose money without realizing it: hygiene and household essentials. The moment people see low prices on produce and snacks, they assume everything in the store is a bargain. And that's exactly how they end up overpaying for items like toilet paper, shampoo, paper towels, soap, and toothpaste. It sounds strange at first. Why would a store known for low prices charge more for everyday essentials? The answer lies in Aldi's business model. Aldi pours its energy into food, the items people come in for most often. That's where they negotiate massive bulk deals, cut supply chain costs, and push private label pricing. But hygiene products are an entirely different story. Many of these items aren't Aldi's private labels at all. They're produced by third-party brands, imported in smaller quantities, and sold without the deep discounts big chains get from buying in massive bulk. That difference in volume is huge. Walmart or Target might buy millions of units of paper towels at once, so they get prices Aldi simply can't match. As a result, items like toilet paper or dish soap at Aldi are often the same price, or even more expensive, than at larger retailers. One shopper famously compared a six-pack of paper towels, $6.99 at Aldi, but just $5.48 at Walmart. A small difference on one trip, but a big one over the course of a year. And because Aldi doesn't accept manufacturer coupons or run complex promotions, shoppers miss out on deals they would get at bigger stores. Meanwhile, those chains are constantly running buy two get one offers, discount bundles, and coupon stacking. Savings Aldi simply doesn't participate in. That's why seasoned Aldi shoppers always take a pause before throwing hygiene items into the cart. A quick price check on your phone can save you more than you'd expect. Aldi is incredible for groceries, but when it comes to shampoo, toothpaste, shaving cream, or cleaning supplies, buying blindly can quietly cost you more than you realize. It's not a flaw in Aldi's system. It's part of the strategy. They win on food. Everything else is optional. If you've ever stood at an Aldi checkout lane and wondered how the cashier just scanned 40 items before you even finished unloading your cart, it's not magic. It's not superpowers. It's one of the most brilliant behind-the-scenes tricks in the entire grocery industry. A trick that saves Aldi millions every single year while shaving minutes off every customer's wait time. The secret? Double barcodes. Sometimes triple. Even quadruple. Unlike normal supermarkets, which print one lonely barcode on the back of a box, Aldi designs almost every product with multiple barcodes placed in different positions. On the side, the front, the bottom, all ready to be scanned instantly from any angle with zero spinning, flipping, or searching. It sounds tiny, but this one decision completely changes how fast the entire store operates. Aldi cashiers aren't trained to move fast. They're trained to move efficiently because the packaging does half the work. When every item scans on the first swipe, checkout lines shrink. Staff can process more customers per hour, and Aldi doesn't need to hire large teams of cashiers to keep up with demand. That labor savings is one of the big reasons their prices stay so low, but it doesn't stop at speed. Every scan also updates Aldi's inventory system instantly. If a shelf is running low, the system knows it before an employee does. Orders are generated automatically. Overstocking is avoided. waste goes down, shelves stay full without expensive backroom storage. So the next time you breeze through an Aldi checkout in record time, remember, it's not luck. It's a perfectly engineered system built into every label, box, and bottle. One of the biggest mistakes Aldi shoppers make, over and over again, is assuming everything in the store is automatically the cheapest. And while Aldi's private label items really do beat most big supermarkets on price and quality, the moment you reach for a name brand, the math changes fast. Aldi stocks familiar brands like Goldfish crackers, Pepsi, and Kellogg's cereals for one reason only: psychology. Seeing something you recognize makes the store instantly feel trustworthy. It lowers your guard and tricks your brain into thinking every item, from tomatoes to toothpaste, is a bargain. But here's the twist. Aldi orders brand name goods in tiny quantities, nowhere near the volume Walmart or Target buys. That means they don't get the same deep wholesale discounts. And because Aldi doesn't accept manufacturer coupons, BOGO sales, or brand promotions, you lose out on savings you'd get anywhere else. That box of Goldfish, that bottle of Pepsi, that pack of branded granola bars, they're often 10 to 30% more expensive at Aldi than at competing stores. Yet most shoppers never realize it because they're riding the Aldi is always cheaper mindset. This is exactly why smart shoppers treat brand name items at Aldi with caution. If it's not an Aldi private label, grab your phone and compare prices, because the bargain might be waiting for you at Walmart, not here. One of the biggest surprises inside Aldi isn't hidden behind a secret door or tucked away in some corporate memo. It's sitting right out in the open, in the produce section. And if you haven't noticed the shift over the last few years, you're missing one of Aldi's smartest upgrades. There was a time when shoppers complained about Aldi fruits and veggies spoiling too fast. Soft apples, wilted spinach, mushy berries, all of it used to be the weak point in the Aldi shopping experience. But that era is long gone today. Aldi's produce is fresher, crisper, and often lasts longer than what you get at the big supermarkets, while costing half as much. So how did they pull this off? It comes down to 3 behind-the-scenes moves most shoppers never hear about. First, Aldi uses a fast turnover supply chain. They don't keep produce sitting in a warehouse for days waiting to be sorted like the big chains do. Deliveries come in constantly, shelves move fast, and nothing has the chance to sit around long enough to lose quality. Second, Aldi carries fewer produce items on purpose. Instead of offering 20 different apple varieties or a dozen types of tomatoes, they stick to the essentials. That means higher volume, faster rotation, and fresher produce every single day. When you only stock what actually sells, nothing gets old on the shelf. And third, Aldi sources locally far more than people think. A tomato grown 20 miles away hits the store faster, stays fresher longer, and costs less to ship than one coming from 3 states over. That's why Aldi can sell avocados for under $1 or bags of oranges at prices other stores can't match. But here's the part most shoppers overlook. Aldi employees are trained to reject produce the second it looks questionable. Bruised apples? Gone wilted greens? Pulled instantly. A pallet arrives that doesn't meet Aldi's standards? They can decline it right at the door. No manager meeting, no paperwork, just quality control in real time. So when you pick up a bag of grapes or a bunch of bananas at Aldi, you're not just saving money, you're benefiting from a system designed to eliminate old stock before you ever see it. Aldi may not scream about it with flashy signs or giant displays, but behind the scenes, they've quietly mastered the thing shoppers care about most: fresh food at honest prices. A lot of Aldi shoppers swear the store is always the cheapest option, but that confidence becomes a blind spot the moment they grab a name brand item without checking the price. And that's exactly where Aldi quietly flips the script. Aldi is unbeatable on its private label products, things like canned goods, snacks, cheese, spices, and pantry staples. But when it comes to big national brands, Aldi simply doesn't have the purchasing power of Walmart, Target, or Kroger. They buy smaller quantities, which means they don't get the same wholesale discounts, and they don't accept coupons either. So while the private label items will save you a fortune, the brand name box sitting right next to it might be 10 to 30% more expensive than at your usual supermarket. This isn't a mistake in Aldi's system, it's intentional. Aldi only stocks a few big brands for one reason: comfort marketing. Seeing Goldfish, Pepsi, or Kellogg's makes the store feel familiar. It lowers your guard, makes the environment feel normal, and increases the chances you'll trust the private labels without hesitation. But this psychological trick has a downside. Many shoppers grab those familiar items believing they're cheap, when most of the time they're not. The real Aldi pros do one thing differently: they never assume. They always compare. Because the box may look the same, but at Aldi, the brand name isn't the bargain. The off-brand sitting right next to it is Aldi isn't just a grocery store. It's a finely tuned machine built to save you money in ways most shoppers never notice. Every barcode, every aisle layout, every pricing decision has a purpose. And once you understand the system, you stop shopping blindly and start shopping strategically. So the next time you walk into Aldi, remember, the real savings don't happen at the shelf. They happen because you know the rules of the game. If you found even one of these secrets helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you never miss the next money-saving breakdown.